हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, हाउ आर यू। होपफुली बेटा आप सब बहुत अच्छे होंगे। जैसे कि आप सभी जानते हो कि हम केमिकल काइनेटिक्स स्टडी कर रहे हैं और लाइव क्लासेस में ये चैप्टर ख़त्म भी हो चुका है। सभी लेक्चर्स डिस्कस हो चुके हैं, न्यूमेरिकल्स और सभी लेक्चर्स के वीडियो लेक्चर्स भी आपको मिल चुके होंगे। डियर स्टूडेंट्स, जो आपको मैंने पिछले लाइव सेशन में डिस्कस करा था उसका मैं आपको एक रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो लेक्चर भेज रहा हूँ। अगर किसी का कोई प्रॉब्लम हो यू कैन वॉच इट, एंड अगर तब भी कोई प्रॉब्लम हो देन यू कैन कॉल मी। ओके डियर स्टूडेंट्स, in the chemical kinetics this is a very important topic for 1 marks or 2 marks type questions. What are pseudo first order reactions? You discussed in detail, you studied in detail, actually I discussed in detail first order reactions. Now what do you mean by pseudo first order reactions? Pseudo, this word pseudo, it means false. That means in chemical kinetics we studied about some reactions which are actually are not of true order, truly first order reactions, which are not actually first order reactions. Maybe these are the second order, third order, or maybe some other order reaction, but under certain conditions. Like if we take one of the reactant in the large excess, or if we change the concentration of one of the reactant by the large amount, then somewhat when we change the concentration of one of the reactant, then the rate of the reaction becomes 1. That is, rate of the reaction, not its order of reaction, becomes 1. Molecularity of the reaction also becomes 1. While these reactions are not truly first order reactions, not truly first molecularity of the reaction, but under certain conditions. So देखिए, such reactions which are not truly first order but under certain conditions, these reactions becomes first order. Suppose we take an example, A plus B equal to product, and rate law of this reaction is rate equal to K A into B, that is A की power 1 B की power 1. As usual, obviously you can say this reaction is said to be the second order, as well as molecularity of the reaction is 2, because there are two molecules, that the sum of the powers also equal to 2. So sum of the powers will give you the order of reaction, you know. But when one of the reactant, suppose A is taken in large excess, एक्चुअली बेटा होता क्या है, जब कभी हम कोई एक आध रिएक्टेंट को बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट में ले लेते हैं, फिर जब हम उसकी कंसंट्रेशन में थोड़ा बहुत चेंज करते हैं तो हम देखते हैं रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन पे उसका कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. रिमेंबर दिस थिंग, इफ इन एनी रिएक्शन वन ऑफ द रिएक्टेंट प्रेजेंट इन द लार्ज एक्सेस or its concentration is very large, then rate of the reaction become independent to that particular reactant. That is, the change in concentration of such reactant which is present in large excess amount could not affect to the rate of the reaction. So overall we can say when reactant A is taken in the large excess, this reaction is considered as pseudo first order reaction, because now reaction rate becomes independent to the concentration of A but depends upon B as it is. And in such case you can say this reaction is, because of it was a second order second molecularity reaction, molecularity of such reaction is also becomes 1. So these are also known as pseudo unimolecular reaction. Unimolecular reaction means their molecularity becomes equal to 1. Okay, there are some other chemical examples, chemical reaction example. This was the general example. Hydrolysis of ester. This is the ester. Hydrolysis means reaction with water. In presence of acid as a catalyst, it decomposes to corresponding carboxylic acid and alcohol. This reaction is called hydrolysis of ester. Dear students, when we studied about this reaction, and if we take one of the reactant like water in the large excess, वैसे ये रिएक्शन सेकेंड ऑर्डर है, इसकी मॉलिक्यूलरिटी 2 है, बट जब हम वाटर को लार्ज एक्सेस में ले लेते हैं, सेम रिएक्शन बिकम्स ऑफ ऑर्डर 1, molecularity of the reaction becomes 1. In such cases, this example is also considered as pseudo first order reaction, as well as because its molecularity was 2, but when we take water in large excess, its molecularity is also become 1, and those reactions whose molecularity is 1 called unimolecular reactions. But when reaction is of second molecularity, but under certain condition it also turns to the first molecularity, it is called pseudo unimolecular reaction. Another example is this one. This is the inversion of cane sugar. This is cane sugar. Optically it behaves as a dextro. It has clockwise rotation of the light with the angle of 66.5 degree. What is the rotation? What do you mean by dextro? All these terms will be explained in the optical isomerism in the organic chemistry. But जिन्होंने पढ़ा है, नहीं पढ़ा है, then consider dextro is the optical behavior with the angle. It is studied by polarimeter. So cane sugar, it is dextro with a clockwise rotation with the angle of 66.5 degree. But when this comes undergo hydrolysis, लेकिन जब आप इसको hydrolysis कर देते हो, it decomposes to glucose and fructose in presence of enzyme invertase enzyme. After hydrolysis, glucose is dextro with the rotation angle 52.5 degree and fructose is levo. It shows the opposite rotation, that was the glucose or cane sugar. It is basically anti-clockwise rotation with the angle of -92. So overall, this mixture shows the negative rotation. This is 92, this is 52.5, and this one shows the positive rotation. So it is called inversion of cane sugar. This is the positive and then again negative. Its rate is this one, but when water is taken in large excess, this reaction also become as pseudo first order reaction. तो बेटा इस पे बेस्ड आपको डेफिनेशन, एक्सप्लेनेशन विद एग्जांपल्स लिखने को आ सकते हैं कि pseudo फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शंस क्या हैं और pseudo unimolecular रिएक्शंस क्या हैं. ओके, होप सो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, एंड इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट देन यू कैन कॉल मी. ये जो क्वेश्चन है, इस पे जो आता है क्वेश्चन, या तो शॉर्ट नोट लिखने को आता है, शॉर्ट नोट के साथ एग्जांपल्स लिखने को आते हैं. न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम अगर इनका कहीं पे आता है, न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चंस वैसे ही आपने सॉल्व करना है एज ए फर्स्ट ऑर्डर. k is equal to 2.303 by t log a0 over a0 minus x. रेट कांस्टेंट ऐसे ही निकलेगा. लेकिन बेटा कई बार क्या होता है ना कि डायरेक्ट हमें a0 इसकी इनिशियल कंसंट्रेशन है, a0 माइनस एक्स कंसंट्रेशन आफ्टर टाइम t है. बट कई बार हमें क्या होता है कि ये रिएक्शन एज ए टाइट्रेशन दे दी जाती है. सपोज दिस रिएक्शन एज ए काइनेमेटिक स्टडी studied by some other standard solution like NaOH or KOH. Volumetric analysis of this reaction with the help of standard solution of NaOH or KOH. Then फिर हम उसको volume consider करते हैं. Volume of NaOH or KOH taken and treated with this one, and we recorded their consumption of volume at t is equal to 0, that is initially consumption of volume of NaOH at time t, or when the reaction is completed, that is at time of infinity. So at different time we recorded the consumption of volume of NaOH along with the completion of this reaction. Then sometimes this equation has been modified. ठीक है, but शायद आपको जरूरत ना पड़े. Suppose this equation modified as in terms of volume V infinity minus V naught and V infinity minus Vt. These are the volumes of NaOH solution taken at t is equal to 0, at time t, and at time t is equal to infinity. ये हमें क्वेश्चन में गिवन होंगे. ठीक है, इसी तरीका से इन्वर्जन ऑफ केन शुगर में अगर हमें रोटेशन एंगल्स गिवन हो तो इक्वेशन कुछ ऐसे हो जाती है. t log rt minus r naught r infinity minus r naught and r infinity minus rt, कुछ इस तरह से. वैसे आपको इनकी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़नी, बट फिर भी अगर कभी आपसे पूछा जाता है तो आपको इसकी नॉलेज होनी चाहिए। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट स्यूडो फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन और स्यूडो यूनिमोलिकुलर रिएक्शन। ओके, अगर आपको इसमें फर्दर कोई डाउट होता है तो यू कैन कॉल मी और मैसेज मी। थैंक यू।